As the perceived third member of a two-horse title race so far, people are finally sitting up and taking notice of Tottenham. While Spurs were more than happy for attention to be diverted onto the Premier League's top two, an emphatic 3-0 victory against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League on top of a blistering run of form in the Premier League meant it is almost impossible not to consider the merits of the North London side. They're just 5 points behind the leading two in the league, despite the pace set so far by both Northwest clubs. They also travel to both the Etihad and Anfield in the run-in, offering a great opportunity to close that 5-point gap on the leaders. In fact, Spurs will face 4 of the top 6 sides between now and the end of the season. If they are to solidify themselves as genuine contenders, they must improve their record against their fellow top 6 sides. This season in the League and Cup, they have won just 4 of their 9 head-to-head meetings with those other top 6 sides, and only 2 of those wins came in the league. So what did they get right in those wins, and what can Mauricio Pochettino learn from those games ahead of their remaining clashes? Utilizing Christian Eriksen against Manchester United at Old Trafford earlier in the season, Tottenham produced a standout display and ran out 3-0 winners. Spurs lined up in a 4-4-2 midfield diamond formation initially, a setup allowing Lucas Moura to be a major influencer. He, of course, scored twice in this game, and it's of tactical setup Son Heung-min has also benefited from this season. Although Eriksen started as a 0.10 in the midfield diamond, he struggled to find space on the ball or room to impact the play. Due to his lack of influence, he was pushed out wide right and Dele Alli was moved into the 10 role. This move proved to be decisive. Eriksen, now out wider, could exploit spaces in behind the wing-backs and have the capacity to turn provider for Harry Kane and Moura in the middle. Meanwhile, Alli, now shifted into the center, could attack the penalty area more and support the 2 strikers in attacks. In that game, Eriksen's passing was crucial, specifically in the final third. He had an 83% success rate in terms of passes in that final third of the pitch and a 75% completion rate in terms of passes into the box. His influence was a big factor in their success, and, as Pochettino identified, he must be used to his full capacity in these big games. Possession. Notably, in Tottenham's 4 victories this season against their divisional rivals, they have had significantly less possession of the ball than the opposition. Against Manchester United and Chelsea in league action, they had just 38% possession of the ball. Meanwhile, against both Arsenal and Chelsea in the Cup, they had less than 45%. When Spurs look to control the play, teams sit back and remain organized. Against lesser opposition, they can usually comfortably break through their defensive lines and create goal-scoring opportunities. However, against the better sides in England, Spurs struggle to cut through those defensive lines as easily. This was illustrated in their match with Liverpool earlier this season. Spurs had 61% of the possession, but lost the game 2-1. Liverpool were compact defensively, limiting the spaces between lines and ensuring Spurs couldn't find pockets to work and exploit. As a result, they were unable to move the ball forward with any conviction. Instead, they were forced to pass a ball out wide or attempt through passes that were easily intercepted. Unsurprisingly, their success rate with passes into the final third in this game was just 55%. 74%, one of their lowest completion rates this season. It was a stark contrast from their performance at the Emirates in the Carabao Cup later in the season. Instead of looking to control the game, their primary ploy was to transition as fast as possible into attack from defense and look to exploit a disorganized opposition defensive setup. In the below clip, the ball starts with Tottenham goalkeeper Paulo Gazzaniga in possession after a breakdown in an Arsenal attack. He plays the ball up quickly to an attacking trio consisting of Ali, Eriksen, and Son. Arsenal are very slow in regaining shape and allow Spurs into a dangerous 3v4 attack with relative ease. With the Arsenal's defensive line unprepared, their left side has been exposed. Ali places a simple chipped ball through the Son, who is able to stride towards goal before firing Spurs into the lead. In the below image, Spurs capitalize again from a quick transition from defense into attack for the second goal. The ball starts with a lofted pass from Gazzaniga to Kane, who drops deep to chest the ball down in turn. Ali is already on the move, and another simple lofted pass puts the midfielder in on goal to make it 2-0. With important fixtures coming up against the big sides around them, victories will be vital for Spurs if they are to mount and maintain a late title surge, especially against the two sides above them, especially with those games away from home. As one of the top teams in the league, there is an expectancy upon Spurs to dominate football matches, and within a certain manner. However, history would suggest it would be wiser for Pochettino to adapt his style to fit the opposition, as he has done successfully already on occasions. In those crunch battles with occupants of the top six, Spurs seem better suited to inviting pressure on and then ambushing an unprepared defense or exploiting a high defensive line. Tottenham's front line is littered with midfielders and attackers full of speed, agility and a clinical touch in front of goal. If Spurs can pick up massive wins in these big games, they cannot be written off completing a perfect late run to Premier League title success. Keep up to date with the latest Tottenham Hotspur news, features and exclusives from football. London VO free WhatsApp service. Text news to 07776197989 and then add the number to your phone contacts book as Spurs.London, case sensitive, with spaces, to receive daily updates and breaking news from Alasdair Gold and the team on Spurs. Your phone number won't be shared with any other members of the group. Click here for more information on the service.